Happy Friday on the Daily Family. It is Pride Month, which is like my favorite month of the year. And you know what's weird? It's not even because, like, of course, celebrating the LGBT community. I'm down. I'm always down. I love it. Let's do it. Let's celebrate this beautiful, beautiful community and collective of humans. But I think what I love most is that it's just a month of joy. Like, it's all about joy. It's all about love. It's all about celebrating who the F you are, no matter who that is. And it's just a really beautiful thing. I want today's Unplugged episode. Obviously, maybe some of you have listened to mine and Breezy's episode from earlier this week. Maybe you haven't. If you haven't, please go back and listen to that episode. We really got to tell our story and how we came to be, and even just our stories of, falling in love with a woman. It's so funny. We were sitting on the couch the other night, and I looked at Breeze and I just said, you know what's funny is there's people out there that refer to her and I as like their lesbian friends. And it's so weird because I don't think of us like that. I think of us as this is just who I'm in a relationship with. But I forget that to some people, we are their lesbian friends. And I'm so excited for the day when that does not have to be a title, when that doesn't have to be a thing or a box that you're put in, and it can just be, yeah, my friends, Danielle and Breezy, and nobody thinks twice about it. Won't that be a really wonderful day? I can't wait. Anyway, I want this episode to be a friendly reminder, since we are kicking off Pride Month. I want this episode to be a friendly reminder that you get to be whoever you want, whoever you are in this life. You do not have to conform to what somebody else thinks you should be. You do not have to be who you were when you were a child. You do not have to be who you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, yesterday. You get to be whoever you want every single day, which means that you get to hit people with a plot twist whenever you want. And how freaking great is that? How beautiful is it that we don't have to stay in these constructs of like, oh, well, this is who people think I am, so this is who I have to stay. No. And we've talked about this before, that you can be, you don't have to stay in a box, but this is so much more than that. This is just who you are in your core, who you are in your essence. The energy that you exude into this life gets to be whatever you need it to be. And that is beautiful. That is abundance, right? I think about my friends who have had, different coming out stories. I guess that it's, for those of you not in the LGBT community, LGBTQIA plus community, sorry. For those of you who are not in this community, everybody has coming out stories. And it's basically the moment when you decided that you were going to tell the world that you were queer. And I've always just thought that's the day you decided to tell the world who you really are. And that is something that every human on this planet deserves and should feel, regardless if you're in the LGBTQIA plus community or not. Whoever you are is who the world needs, right? When we talk about this podcast being about finding the acoustic you, the acoustic you is the you that is broken down without all of the layers and the add-ons and the filters and the remixes and the titles and the labels and the boxes that everybody has put on you. This is just about who you are. When all of that is gone and it's just you, who is that person? That is who the world needs. That is who I am interested in knowing, right? We get so wrapped up in labels and titles, and it's just, we don't need to. I want a world. I have this vision, right? I have this vision of a world where every person is living in their truth. And that truth has nothing to do with their neighbor's truth necessarily, but all of these truths together at the same time, coexisting on the same planet, connected to the same light source. Ah, what a beautiful existence that will be. And I say will because I believe it's going to happen. I believe it's already happening. I mean, it's so interesting. I think about youth these days, and the fact that I'm saying youth because I'm not that anymore is crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I think about these high school kids, these children that are still 16, 17, younger than that, 14, 15, 13, 12, and they realize that they are gay, or that they, these brave teenagers that realize that they are trans, or they are non-binary, or they are pansexual. I mean, whatever it is, the fact that people are able to be more open and truthful with who they really are at a younger age is something that I have always imagined to be true. I think about when I was in high school, and there were, we had the gay guys, we had the lesbians, but there were few and far between, right? And it wasn't, I was raised to love everyone, but everybody had their box. And that's how it was when we were kids. Like, everybody had their box, and these are my gay friends, and these are my, lesbian friends, and these are it was just, everybody had a box. And the fact that youth these days are so brave and they are able to come out so boldly and fiercely in their truth is just something that is so beyond amazing. And I want you to think about how amazing that is for a second, because gosh, can you imagine being 16, 15, 17 and just knowing exactly who you are and letting the world see that version of you? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're not in the queer community, that is a talent, because even my, I think even straight, cis straight people probably had times where they didn't feel like they could be themselves, which is like why we all wore a ton of makeup when we were younger, us girls. And, why, there's like this urge to be super masculine when you were younger. And just the fact that we're kind of breaking away from that, and people are just able to be who they are in all of their technicolor and all of their chaos and all of their colors is just a really beautiful thing. So this is your friendly reminder that you need to be you. You need to feel what it feels like to be living in your authentic light, because it is a miraculous thing. And that breeds abundance. And if we all allow everyone to live in their truth, right? Their open, vulnerable, authentic truth. Imagine the vibration of the collective, right? Imagine what the vibration that we will all be vibing on. It would just, I just said one, like I'm from California, you guys. I'm not from the East Coast, so I don't know why I just said it like that. But anyway, I just think that the world is full of just so many amazing people. And if we all just open our eyes and we really, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's something you don't understand, right? Because I am not one of the people in the LGBTIA plus community, LGBTQIA plus community that shames people who don't understand my sexuality, because that's not my job. My job is not to shame people. My job is to help people understand if they want to understand. And for me, it's that I fall in love with humans. I don't look at gender as a basis for who I can love. So when it came to marrying my ex-husband, when it came to falling in love with Jason, Owen's dad, when it came to falling in love with Breezy, these were humans that I saw and I fell in love with, because I fell in love with their soul, and I fell in love with their heart, and I fell in love with their character. And they weren't horrible to look at either. I never had, I am not somebody that had like this coming out aha moment where I just said, oh my gosh, I'm into women, which Breezy had that moment. I never did. I just always saw people as people, and I always saw heart as heart. And it does feel good to be able to just love really open and honestly and really authentically, and to love others for their honest and authentic self. I love you all. Happy Pride Month. Happy June. Happy almost summer. Happy Gemini season. We will see you on Tuesday for another episode. See you soon.